Hey guys, this is Doran, CEO of Culture Matters and KnowledgeSeekers.com. Today we're going to be talking about public speaking and Toastmasters and oratory in general. Fun fact, the last 100 years of prime ministers in England, about 22 of them went to the Eton School of Oratory where they learned how to speak. So think about that. There's a dramatic correlation between leadership and speaking. So if public speaking is something that you ever thought of doing, whether you have a fear of it or not, which you wouldn't be alone because apparently it's the #1 fear, even greater than death in the world. I don't know if that's exactly true, but I've heard that in a few different sources. So if it's something you've ever thought of doing, meaning getting better at public speaking, I definitely recommend a place called Toastmasters that I just joined. This is an international company, about 100 years old, and they have many groups. If you're in a city, there's over 10 here in Philadelphia, and I'm a member of now about 3. Basically every week or every other week, a bunch of people get together that want to become better at speaking, and they have a system. They'll have 2 people do a 7 to 10 minute speech every week, and then they ask random questions where you have 1 minute to 2 minutes to answer it in obviously preferably story form without saying the ums and the ahs, and they count how many ums you've said, they count your grammar, and it's like a combined effort to help each other to speak in public. Over 2,000 years ago, in 384 BC, Demosthenes was born. Now, this young man was born with a stutter. He actually was so ambitious to speak in front of other people, he put pebbles in his mouth to overcome his stutter. He became one of the greatest speakers in his time, and we still read about him to this day. That's the power of speaking. He was a young teenager with all the odds against him. People did not believe in him, and they didn't want him to be successful, but he didn't let it stop him, and he became a great speaker. So if you're thinking about speaking, and something is holding you back, think of Demosthenes, and think of his story, and join your local Toastmasters, because for a couple bucks a month, it doesn't hurt to get practice. So when it comes to speaking, what exactly are you going to say? Think of it in context. The goal is to tell a story because people buy with their story brain or their limbic system. Think of yourself in the movies. I love that analogy because it's very simple. In the movies, you don't see a preview or you don't see a movie where they just tell you how scary it's going to be or how funny it's going to be or how romantic. What do? They tell you a story. Why do you think we're all addicted to movies and television? Storytelling. So in public speaking era or environment, in the public speaking environment, we want to tell a story that takes our prospect, our customer, our audience through a journey that creates a problem in their mind, because with a problem, then we need a solution, instills hope, and offers some kind of solution, which is our point. So what does that mean? For example, let's say I want to get my readers, and this is completely off the cuff, unrehearsed, I want to get my audience, not my readers, my audience to believe that reading books is valuable. So the title of this speech, and I'm making all this up right now, is "The more you learn, the more you earn." Thousands of years ago, it was said that Socrates was the smartest man who ever lived. They asked the Oracle of Delphi, "Who's the smartest man that has ever lived?" And the Oracle said, "It's Socrates." And when they asked Socrates, he said, "Well, I don't know if I'm the smartest man who ever lived because the more I know is the more that I don't know." Now, we don't know that he said that because he wrote things down. No. His mentee, Plato, who stood on his shoulders so he could see farther, he's the one that wrote of this. And his mentee, Aristotle, who mentored Alexander the Great from 19 years old to 33 when he died, who conquered the known world and never lost a battle, with a caravan of books following him around. He lays claim to the world and grants all his success to his mentor, Aristotle, who was mentored by Plato, who was mentored by Socrates, who said the more he knew, he didn't know, while standing on all of the gentlemen's shoulders who stood on each other. We will know that the more we learn from them, the more we will earn, not just fiscally or successfully, but spiritually, and an understanding of our consciousness and where we are in the universe. So the more you learn, the more you will earn, like Alexander conquered the world and Aristotle mentored him, and Plato mentored Aristotle, and Socrates mentored Plato. If it not had been for Plato writing that down so others could stand on his shoulders and continue the message, continue the values, and build the culture, we would not even be talking about it today. What did I do? Why were you immersed? Why were you listening to what I was saying, the words that were coming out of my mouth? Because I told a story that took you through a journey to understand that the more you learn, the more you earn. You're reading. Reading gets you where you want to go, using the examples, the storytelling, to do so. Thanks.